Hello and welcome back to the Expensive Coins History channel, where coins are more than just currency. They're chapters of history, miniature works of art, and sometimes even hidden treasures. In today's video, we're taking a deep dive into a coin that has sparked interest among collectors across Southeast Asia and beyond. It's the 1992 Malaysian tenssen coin, notable for its absence of a mint mark. What makes this coin special? Why do some versions of it command significantly higher prices in today's market? Is it truly rare, or is the buzz just a numismatic myth? And how much is it worth in 2025? By the end of this video, you'll have a full understanding of the history, characteristics, rarity, and current market value of this fascinating coin. Let's get started. Malaysia, having gained independence in 1957, began issuing its own currency in 1967. Over the decades, the Bank Negara Malaysia, which is the central bank, has overseen numerous series of coins. The tenssen coin is part of Malaysia's standard circulation coinage and has gone through multiple design and material changes over the years. The 1992 issue belongs to what collectors refer to as the second series of Malaysian coins. This series was introduced in the late 1980s and features culturally significant imagery on the reverse side. For the tenssen coin, the reverse design includes a traditional congkak board, a symbol of Malaysian heritage and gameplay. The obverse features the national flower, the hibiscus, accompanied by the name of the issuing authority, Bank Negara Malaysia, and the denomination below it. Notably, these coins were minted without any mint mark, which is standard practice in Malaysia, as most coins are produced at the National Mint in Shah Alam and do not bear specific mint identifiers. The 1992 tenssen coin is a small, round coin with a reeded edge. It has a diameter of approximately 19.4 millimeters and weighs around 2.82 grams. It is made from a copper-nickel alloy, which gives it a slightly silvery appearance with a hint of warmth. This composition was common for coins in the region during that period due to its durability and resistance to corrosion. Over time, copper-nickel coins tend to develop a distinct patina if exposed to air and moisture, especially in tropical climates like Malaysia's. This makes uncirculated or high-grade examples of the coin more desirable to collectors, as they are harder to find in pristine condition. In terms of mintage numbers, the 1992 tenssen was produced in the tens of millions, meaning it was not rare when it was first released. It was a standard circulation coin used daily by Malaysians for everyday purchases. However, rarity in the numismatic world is not determined solely by how many coins were originally minted. It is also influenced by how many have survived over time in good condition, how many are still in circulation, and how many collectors are actively seeking them. As the years have passed, many of these coins have been lost, damaged, melted, or heavily circulated to the point of being undesirable to collectors. This natural attrition has created a situation where finding a 1992 tenssen coin in uncirculated or mint state condition is relatively difficult. Furthermore, some collectors believe that certain 1992 coins have minor die varieties or production quirks, which can increase their desirability. However, these are subtle and not always officially recognized. In addition, certain years and denominations of Malaysian coins have developed a sort of cult following among collectors, especially when rumors or online discussions suggest that they might be scarce. The 1992 tenssen coin, at times, has been caught up in this trend, leading to increased demand and fluctuating market values. For circulated coins in average condition, those that have been used in daily transactions and show noticeable wear, the value remains quite modest. In most cases, such coins trade for their face value or slightly above it, typically ranging from 10 sen to 30 sen in the local market, or a few cents in international currency. However, the story changes significantly when we consider coins in better condition. Coins that are graded as extremely fine, almost uncirculated, or mint state can command higher prices. These coins retain sharp details, clean fields, and minimal wear, making them more appealing to collectors. In 2025, an extremely fine example of the 1992 tenssen coin may be valued between $1 and $2, depending on the buyer and market context. Coins in mint state condition, especially those professionally graded and encapsulated by third-party grading companies, can fetch anywhere from $3 to $6, sometimes more, if sold in active numismatic markets or online auction platforms. It's also worth noting that the value of a coin can be influenced by presentation, such as being part of a complete year set, or accompanied by historical context. Sellers who package the coin with information or a certificate of authenticity often attract higher offers from buyers who are not only seeking coins, but stories and collectibles. Condition, the single most important factor. Look for sharp details, minimal scratches, and a clear strike. Coins with full luster and minimal contact marks will always be worth more. Storage, if the coin has been stored in a humid or acidic environment, it may show signs of corrosion or toning. While some toning is acceptable or even desirable to certain collectors, excessive damage will reduce value. Die variety or minting errors. Examine the coin for anything unusual, such as doubling, off-center strikes, or planchet issues. Even small variations can attract premium prices among error collectors. Certification, if you believe you have an especially high-grade example, consider having it professionally graded and encapsulated. Certified coins often sell for significantly more than raw coins, as they offer buyers assurance of authenticity and condition. While it is not considered a rare coin in the absolute sense, it has earned a place of interest in Southeast Asian numismatics due to its nostalgic value, attractive design, and relatively lower survival rate in high grades. For collectors who focus on Malaysian currency, it remains a staple coin to own, especially in mint state condition. The value of the coin in 2025 is modest in everyday terms, but strong in the context of base metal coin collecting. It represents an affordable entry point for beginner collectors, and a satisfying piece for experienced numismatists looking to complete year sets or grade-specific collections. As we move forward, coins like this will continue to gain historical significance. Every year that passes increases their age and diminishes the number of examples in decent condition. While they may not be worth a fortune today, they carry a growing cultural and numismatic value that should not be underestimated. That wraps up our deep dive into the 1992 no-mint mark Malaysian tenssen coin. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this coin is a wonderful example of how everyday objects can hold historical value, artistic merit, and potential monetary worth. The 1999 tenssen coin with no mint mark. You'll discover why even the tiniest coins can hold immense value, both historically and, sometimes, monetarily. To understand the 1999 Malaysian tenssen coin, we must go back to the broader context of Malaysian coinage. In the late 1980s, Malaysia entered a new era of monetary design. The first series of coins, issued shortly after independence, began to feel outdated and disconnected from modern Malaysia. Thus, in 1989, Bank Negara Malaysia introduced the second series of coins, a fresh, contemporary design that better reflected national identity and heritage. The second series incorporated cultural motifs, and the tenssen coin featured one of the most culturally symbolic instruments in Malay tradition, the rebana ubi drum. This traditional drum, often played during festive and ceremonial occasions, became the face of the coin's obverse design. It symbolized unity, festivity, and tradition. The reverse side of the coin displayed the national flower, the hibiscus, an emblem of beauty and national pride. Accompanying the floral motif was the coin's denomination, 1 sen, and the year of minting. All of this was crafted in a clean, modern aesthetic, maintaining both cultural relevance and functional clarity for circulation. The 1999 1 sen coin was struck at the Royal Mint of Malaysia, located in Shah Alam, Selangor. While Malaysia has produced coins without mint marks as a standard practice, some collectors occasionally refer to coins from this year as having no mint mark. This is not an error or variation but simply standard practice at the time. The coin was made of copper-plated steel, giving it a lightweight feel and a distinctive reddish-brown tone when new. The coin measured 17.78 mm in diameter and weighed approximately 1.74 grams. In 1999, the mintage quantity for the 1 sen coin was relatively high. Hundreds of millions of pieces were struck for circulation. At the time, the 1 sen denomination was still in daily use across the country. However, inflation, the rising cost of coin production, and the diminishing purchasing power of the coin would soon bring changes to its role in the economy. Despite its widespread circulation in the late 1990s and early 2000s, the 1 sen coin began to fall out of favor with the general public. Retailers and consumers alike began to disregard the denomination, rounding prices to the nearest 5 sen or 10 centimeter. This behavior prompted official action. By the mid-2000s, Malaysia began shifting toward a rounding system to reduce dependence on small denomination coins. In 2008, the 1 sen coin was officially withdrawn from active circulation. It was no longer being minted, and banks gradually stopped issuing them. Although the 1 sen coin lost its status as a daily transactional tool, it quietly transformed into a collectible, especially among those interested in Malaysia's monetary and cultural history. With such high mintage figures, the 1999 1 sen coin is not considered rare in the traditional numismatic sense. It is one of the more common dates from the second series. Circulated versions of the coin are relatively easy to find in bulk, often appearing in inherited coin jars or old coin collections. However, its appeal lies not in scarcity but in nostalgia and historical value. For Malaysian collectors, the 1999 1 sen coin represents a transitional period in the nation's monetary history. It is a time capsule from an era when even 1 sen held some value. Furthermore, collectors often seek out uncirculated or mint-state examples of common coins. While circulated coins may only be worth a few sen, pristine examples, especially those without discoloration, corrosion, or physical damage, can command higher prices among collectors who aim to complete full-year sets or display collections. As with any collectible coin, condition is everything. The 1999 Malaysian 1 sen coin can range in value dramatically based on its grade. Coins in heavily circulated condition, classified as good or very good, typically exhibit heavy wear, faint design features, and sometimes damage. These coins hold little monetary value to collectors but may be of sentimental interest. Coins in fine to very fine condition have moderate wear but still show the major design elements clearly. These are commonly traded for low prices but are more desirable than heavily worn coins. The real interest lies in extremely fine and uncirculated specimens. These coins retain their original luster, sharp design details, and smooth edges. Collectors often seek these high-grade examples for albums and investments. Coins that have never entered circulation, often pulled directly from mint rolls or sets, can command a small premium. As of the year 2025, the market value for the 1999 Malaysian 1 sen coin remains modest. Because it is not a rare date and was produced in large quantities, circulated examples are typically valued between 10 and 30 sen when sold in bulk or as part of a set.in very fine to extremely fine condition. Individual coins may be valued at approximately 50 sen to 1 ringgit, depending on buyer interest and overall demand. Uncirculated or mint state coins can reach between 1.50 and 3 ringgit. In rare cases, certified coins graded by international grading services may command slightly higher prices, particularly if part of a complete certified set. It is important to remember that market demand plays a critical role in coin valuation. Online auction platforms, collector fairs, and specialized numismatic forums often see varying prices based on seller reputation, coin photography, and buyer enthusiasm. So, is the 1999 Malaysian tenssen coin worth a lot of money? In most cases, no. This coin is more historically interesting than financially valuable. However, that doesn't mean it has no worth. For collectors focused on completing date sets, preserving national coinage, or simply admiring the artwork of Malaysia's second series, this coin is a worthwhile addition. Its value lies in what it represents, a snapshot of Malaysia's evolving economy, culture, and currency system. For many Malaysians, it also carries sentimental weight, reminding them of school canteens, childhood savings, and everyday transactions now long gone. Though small in size and low in face value, the 1999 tenssen coin holds an undeniable place in Malaysian numismatic history. As time passes and fewer of these coins remain in good condition, their appeal as collectibles may continue to grow. If you have one in your collection, take a closer look. It may not make you rich, but it connects you to a rich cultural and economic past. The 2001 Malaysian tenssen, a coin without a mint mark that, despite its humble appearance, has become the subject of fascination, debate, and desire among collectors across Malaysia and beyond. The 2001 no mint mark Malaysian tenssen coin. Whether you are a seasoned collector, a budding enthusiast, or simply curious about the coin in your change jar, this video will offer you a comprehensive journey through the coin's history, mintage details, design features, rarity status, potential errors, market trends, and its current value in 2025. The tenssen coin in Malaysia is part of the second series of Malaysian coins introduced in the late 1980s and continuing through the early 2000s. The 2001 issue falls within this series and was struck during a time when Malaysia was experiencing significant economic and infrastructural growth. In 2001, Malaysia was still using coins made from a copper-nickel alloy, which gave them their distinctive silver-like appearance and sturdy weight. These coins were minted for everyday use, circulating widely throughout the nation in everyday transactions. However, the tenssen coin from this specific year, 2001, has drawn particular interest due to one small detail: the absence of a mint mark. Unlike some countries that mark their coins with letters or symbols to denote the mint of origin, Malaysian coins typically did not carry visible mint marks during this period. The 2001 tenssen coin is no exception. However, some collectors have identified anomalies or differences among specimens that suggest limited runs, production errors, or inconsistencies that could elevate the value of certain examples. This ambiguity has only fueled interest in the 2001 coin, turning a small denomination into a larger mystery. The 2001 Malaysian tenssen coin is circular, with a diameter of approximately 19.4 mm and a weight of about 2.8 grams. It is composed of a copper-nickel alloy, giving it a silvery metallic finish. The edge is reeded, adding to the tactile grip of the coin. On the obverse, the front side of the coin, sits the elegant depiction of Malaysia's national flower, the hibiscus. This hibiscus design has become iconic in the country's coinage and represents national identity, beauty, and pride. Above the hibiscus is the inscription Bank Negara Malaysia, which is the central bank of the country. Beneath the hibiscus, you will find the denomination, clearly marked as tenssen, and just below it, the year 2001. The reverse side of the coin features a traditional Malay game board known as kongkak, a cultural symbol that ties Malaysia's coinage to its rich heritage. The symmetrical and detailed design reflects not just the aesthetic traditions of the region but also the cultural values of strategy, family, and wisdom. Though this design was common in other years of the series, the 2001 coin retains a distinct appeal due to the possibility of rarer variants or fewer high-quality surviving examples. While exact mintage figures are generally high for coins in active circulation, especially during the early 2000s, the total number of tenssen coins minted in 2001 was still substantial. These coins were produced to meet the needs of an expanding population and growing economy. However, the majority of these coins have since experienced significant wear and tear due to prolonged circulation. Many of the surviving examples today are in poor or heavily circulated condition. This has made coins in exceptional condition, those showing little wear, retaining sharp details, and maintaining their original luster, remarkably scarce. Furthermore, while there may have been millions produced, very few have been graded, preserved, or stored properly by collectors. This makes uncirculated or mint-state examples much rarer than the mintage number might suggest. The 2001 no-mint mark Malaysian tenssen coin is not considered rare in its most basic circulated form. You can still find examples in circulation or among spare change in many households. However, when you shift focus to coins in extremely fine, almost uncirculated, or mint-state condition, the story changes significantly. Coins from this year that are well preserved, showing no damage, minimal scratching, and full design clarity, are becoming increasingly difficult to locate. This is particularly true for those coins kept outside of collector albums or storage cases. In 2025, collectors are finding that even locating a single high-quality 2001 tenssen coin is a challenge. Moreover, rumors and online discussions of error coins, planchet issues, misaligned dies, or double strikes from this year have piqued the interest of error coin collectors. These rare variants can command prices many times higher than standard issues, especially if verified by professional grading services or accompanied by photographic documentation. Coin grading plays a vital role in determining value, especially for modern coins like the 2001 tenssen. A coin in average circulated condition may hold little to no premium above face value. But when the same coin is found in extremely fine or uncirculated condition, its worth can multiply several times over. Grading involves evaluating a coin's surface, strike, luster, and eye appeal. Coins that score higher on grading scales are those that have seen the least circulation and retain their original features, including strong edge reads, visible design elements, and metallic shine. In 2025, coins graded as extremely fine or better from 2001 are actively sought after. If a collector finds a coin in mint state or with an error designation, it could be worth significantly more than any average estimate suggests. As of 2025, the market value of a 2001 no-mint mark Malaysian tenssen coin varies based on several factors. Circulated coins in average condition tend to trade at or just slightly above face value. These are common, easy to find, and of limited interest to serious collectors. However, coins in high-grade condition, particularly those with no scratches, no corrosion, and full design clarity, can be worth anywhere from $1 to $5, depending on presentation and buyer demand. Uncirculated examples may fetch $10 or more in numismatic circles, especially when sold through auctions or dedicated coin fairs. Error coins, especially those with unique minting flaws such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or clipped planchets, have seen sales in the range of $50 to several $100 depending on rarity and documentation. Coins with certification from professional grading services, especially those marked with grades such as MS65 and above, can command even higher premiums, particularly when sold to collectors in international markets. As a modern circulating coin, its base value will always be tied to its denomination. However, as a collectible item, especially in high grades or with rarer attributes, it offers modest but tangible investment potential. The coin's accessibility today makes it a great entry point for beginner collectors, while its rarity in top grades ensures long-term appreciation for those who can secure exceptional specimens. Looking forward, as more coins from this era disappear from circulation due to wear, loss, or melting, the remaining high-grade pieces will continue to rise in value. The supply will shrink, but the demand from both local and international collectors is expected to remain stable or grow. For those interested in numismatic investment, acquiring a handful of these coins in the best condition possible, storing them securely, and possibly submitting them for grading, could prove to be a worthwhile decision. The 2001 no-mint mark Malaysian tenssen coin is a fascinating piece of numismatic history. Its beauty lies in its detailed design, its cultural symbolism, and its everyday origins. But its true value comes from rarity and quality, the potential for rare discoveries, and its growing desirability among collectors in 2025. Whether you are looking to complete a Malaysian coin set, discover a hidden gem in your loose change, or invest in small but promising numismatic assets, this coin deserves your attention. The Malaysian tenssen coin from the year 2002, bearing no mint mark. It may appear ordinary at first glance. Small, silver-colored, simple. But behind this humble piece lies a story of design, history, and surprising collector interest. We'll take you on a journey through the origin, design evolution, production background, mintage details, market behavior, and current value of the 2002 no-mint mark tenssen coin. So sit back, grab a magnifying glass if you have one, and let's explore why this small coin may deserve a bigger place in your collection. To understand the significance of the 2002 Malaysian tenssen coin, we must first take a step back into the early 2000s. Malaysia's monetary system was undergoing a transitional period. While the denominations remained stable, the designs and minting practices were evolving in line with national identity, modernization, and manufacturing changes. By 2002, Malaysia's Bank Negara had standardized the coinage system to reflect both cultural and national symbols. The tenssen coin was part of this second series, which had been in circulation since the early 1990s. These coins were struck using cupronickel alloy, a mixture of copper and nickel that offered both durability and aesthetic appeal, giving the coin a silver-like finish while being corrosion-resistant. The tenssen denomination served a vital role in everyday transactions, often used in parking meters, vending machines, public transportation, and small retail purchases. Yet, despite its ubiquity, collectors and numismatists would later realize that certain features of the 2002 issue made it subtly distinct. On the obverse, or front of the coin, we see the national flower of Malaysia, the hibiscus. This delicate yet powerful symbol of national pride is displayed prominently in the center, with the words Bank Negara Malaysia curved elegantly around the top, and the year of minting, 2002, placed at the bottom. The reverse side features an image of a traditional Malaysian konkak board, an ancient game played across generations. The konkak design not only reflects cultural heritage but also introduces a sense of symmetry and harmony. Beneath the konkak are the words tenssen, which clearly identify the denomination. The edge of the coin is reeded, featuring evenly spaced vertical grooves that add texture and prevent counterfeiting. With a diameter of 19.4 mm, a weight of 2.82 grams, and a silvery metallic sheen, the 2002 tenssen coin embodies a perfect balance of utility and cultural expression. One of the most important aspects of this coin is what it lacks: a mint mark. Typically, mint marks are small letters or symbols that indicate where the coin was manufactured. In the case of Malaysian coins, however, Many standard circulation pieces from this era were produced without any identifying mint mark. These coins were minted at the Shah Alam minting facility, which handled most of the country's coin production at the time. The absence of a mint mark does not necessarily indicate rarity, but in the collector world, it does distinguish these coins from others that may have had variations or private mint production. In fact, 2002 was a year of very high production, with tens of millions of tenssen coins released into circulation. However, not all were created equal. Over time, as circulation wears down coins, uncirculated or high-grade specimens from this year began to draw more interest from numismatists. In addition, some coins struck in 2002 exhibit small variations in number spacing, especially in the digits of the year. These minute differences, often invisible to the naked eye, can have a significant impact on collector demand. The answer lies not in sheer production numbers, but in condition, preservation, and variation. The vast majority of 2002 tenssen coins have been heavily circulated. They've been dropped, scratched, passed through countless hands, and lost much of their original luster. Collectors, however, seek coins in pristine condition, preferably uncirculated, with sharp detail, no surface damage, and a brilliant finish. Coins in this grade are far more difficult to find from a year like 2002, especially since most were not stored with the intention of collection. Furthermore, coins with error features, such as double strikes, off-center embossing, planchet flaws, or date misalignments, can drastically increase in value. Certain variations like a wider zero in the 2002 year stamp or a slightly off-centered hibiscus blossom have been noted by experienced collectors. These small anomalies are what drive up the rarity and appeal among numismatic enthusiasts. The answer depends largely on the condition of the coin, its scarcity in your region, and whether it carries any collectible features. Coins in circulated, worn condition are typically worth their face value or slightly more, often ranging from 10 sen to 50 sen. In Malaysian currency, or the equivalent of a few cents in US dollars. However, coins that are in very fine or extremely fine condition can be worth substantially more, ranging from the equivalent of 1 to 2 US dollars. Uncirculated coins, especially those graded by professional services and sealed in protective holders, can fetch between 3 to 5 US dollars depending on the market demand. If the coin has unique characteristics, such as error features or known varieties, it may be valued even higher. Some collectors have paid upwards of 8 to 10 US dollars for near-perfect or misstruck examples of this specific issue. The market for Southeast Asian coins has grown steadily in recent years, driven by both regional collectors and international buyers seeking exotic and culturally rich pieces. This trend has led to a steady appreciation in the value of coins like the 2002 tenssen, especially in higher grades. Coins from early 2000s Malaysia are transitioning from modern to vintage, and as they age further, interest in preserving examples from this era will only increase. As fewer high-quality examples remain in circulation, the law of supply and demand will naturally drive prices higher over the next decade. This is particularly true for regional collectors building full-year sets or collectors of Asian monetary history, where complete condition-specific collections are highly valued. While the 2002 no-mint mark tenssen coin may not be a golden jackpot, it is a smart and affordable entry point into the world of Malaysian numismatics. For young collectors, history enthusiasts, and investors seeking modest returns in physical assets, this coin presents both educational and financial potential. The 2002 Malaysian tenssen coin with no mint mark is more than just pocket change. It is a piece of national heritage, a product of skilled minting, and a hidden gem in the world of numismatics. Whether you are drawn by its design, its historical context, or its investment potential, this small coin carries a big story. So next time you find one in your change drawer, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. Examine its edges. Check its condition. You may just be holding on to something more valuable than you think. We unveil the full story behind the 2004 Malaysian tenssen coin with no mint mark, its origins, rarity, and the actual value it holds in the modern market, now, in the year 2025. The tenssen coin, part of Malaysia's second series of coinage, has circulated widely since the late 1980s. It represents the middle denomination among Malaysia's coin series, bridging the lowly 1 sen and 5 sen coins with the higher 20 and 50 sen pieces. The version minted in 2004 continues the long-standing design from previous years, with no mint mark visible, standard for most coins produced at the National Mint in Shah Alam. The 2004 tenssen coin is struck from copper-nickel alloy, giving it a bright silvery appearance and solid durability. It weighs approximately 2.82 grams and measures 19.4 millimeters in diameter. The edge is reeded, featuring finely cut grooves that prevent counterfeiting and improve tactile recognition. On the obverse side, you'll find the national flower of Malaysia, the hibiscus, positioned centrally. Above it, the phrase Bank Negara Malaysia curves gracefully along the rim. Beneath the hibiscus sits the denomination tenssen, and just below that, the 4-digit year of minting, 2004. The reverse design showcases a traditional Malaysian congkak board, a nod to the nation's cultural roots and pastimes. The simplicity of this coin masks the growing fascination it commands within collector communities, especially those focused on Southeast Asian numismatics. Most Malaysian coins do not carry visible mint marks, and the 2004 tenssen coin is no exception. But in recent years, collectors have noticed subtle anomalies within that year's batch. Though official records show that all coins were minted at the same location, some specimens differ slightly in strike quality, spacing, and finish. This has led to speculation: were there test strikes? Were different dies used? Could there be unknown die varieties that went unnoticed during mass production? Although no definitive classification of error or variety has been assigned to the 2004 no mint mark coin, its growing presence in coin forums and auctions tells a story of increasing demand and curiosity. The mintage of the 2004 tenssen coin was high, well into the hundreds of millions. On the surface, this would suggest the coin is very common. But mintage numbers alone do not determine rarity. Several other factors come into play: survival rate, circulation wear, collector interest, and the existence of coins in high grade. Over the years, many of the 2004 coins have suffered extensive wear due to daily handling. Few examples have survived in pristine or uncirculated condition. Even fewer remain sealed or slabbed by professional grading services. This creates a scarcity not in raw numbers, but in quality condition specimens. Additionally, coin hoarders and casual collectors often overlook this year, assuming it's just another common issue. This has inadvertently suppressed its availability in collector channels, making it harder to find in choice condition. And in the world of numismatics, perceived scarcity can sometimes fuel value more than real mintage data. The Malaysian tenssen coin from 2004 holds more than monetary value. It represents a snapshot of Malaysia's evolving economy and design language. For Malaysian collectors, this coin completes sets and tells a national story. For international collectors, it offers a taste of regional history, culture, and aesthetic beauty. The fact that the coin features the hibiscus and congkak makes it a symbol of Malaysian heritage, further increasing its appeal beyond mere metal content. Collectors who specialize in Asian currencies, Commonwealth coinage, or hibiscus-themed coins may all seek this specific issue. Interest in Southeast Asian numismatics has also grown worldwide in recent years, especially in digital marketplaces. As more people search for affordable yet meaningful collectibles, coins like the 2004 no mint mark tenssen have gained traction. As of 2025, the market value of the 2004 no-mint mark Malaysian tenssen coin depends heavily on condition. Coins that are worn, scratched, or damaged tend to sell for face value or slightly above it, ranging from 10 sen to perhaps 50 sen in casual markets. However, coins that have been well preserved, showing minimal wear and strong strike details, can fetch higher amounts. In the collector market, circulated but decent quality coins may sell for around 1 to 2 ringgit. Extra fine or almost uncirculated examples can be valued between 3 to 5 ringgit. Uncirculated coins, still gleaming with mint luster, may command prices upwards of 10 to 15 ringgit depending on demand, seller reputation, and buyer interest. Exceptionally high-grade coins, such as those professionally graded and encapsulated, can occasionally exceed 20 ringgit, particularly if they exhibit near-perfect condition or exhibit a recognized die variation. It is important to note that dramatic price spikes are rare for this coin. Despite online listings showcasing exaggerated prices, often claiming hundreds or even thousands of ringgit, these tend to be speculative and rarely result in actual sales. The real market follows a more stable, predictable trend, guided by grade, presentation, and collector interest. If your coin is circulated and worn, you can certainly keep it as part of a complete collection, or spend it if you choose. But if you come across a shiny, sharp-struck version in great condition, it may be worth setting aside, preserving it in a plastic sleeve or coin capsule, and monitoring the market for upward trends. The future value of this coin may not reach astronomical levels, but in numismatics, value is about more than just money. It's about history, heritage, and the stories we preserve through currency. The 2004 tenssen coin is one such story, still unfolding, still being written. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual enthusiast, coins like these remind us that treasure doesn't always glitter, and value isn't always obvious. The 2004 no-mint mark Malaysian tenssen coin might be a quiet piece of metal, but it carries a loud cultural voice. If you enjoyed today's deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow collectors. Drop a comment below. Do you own this coin? Have you found a unique variety? What's your story? Until next time, keep collecting, keep learning, and remember, every coin has a tale to tell.